Mind. We hear all the time about how everyone's depressed. Depression's at an all-time rate. People are being prescribed antidepressants. People are taking drugs. There's addictions. So what is a healthy mind? It's, in my mind, in my processing, a healthy mind is one that has realistic and self-chosen expectations for themselves and in life. I truly believe that all depression comes from an unrealistic expectation. All anxiety comes from an unrealistic future expectation. But if you understand the nature of all that you are an infinite expression of divine love, and you have been given the freedom to choose, you can cast aside the domestication of society because you've been domesticated. Your mom and dad, schools, churches, businesses, social media, getting you to try to fit in. It's okay to get along, but you're not here to fit in. You're here to be unique. And with that in mind, we get depressed because we know within ourselves, the very essence of our DNA is that there's something that's unique in us that's desiring to express. And it's not about achieving everything right now, because our DNA also knows that we are constantly evolving into something greater, a greater level of awareness, a greater expression of our uniqueness. I'm sitting here in front of you, a mature man. I've had a lot of life experiences. Yet I'm clearer right now in this moment than I've ever been about who I am and what my purpose is. I got clarity even as late as the middle of last night when I rewrote my bio of who I am. The key thing is keep asking questions. And the questions to have a healthy mind is, what's my next step to be a greater expression of love? What's my next step to evolve in the society? What's my next step to bring my unique gifts to the world? What's my next step in creating loving and caring relationships? What's my next step in taking care of and loving this body that I was given to experience this life? When you start asking questions like that and you're saying next step, that's pretty darn real, isn't it? It's when you think about something that you can't achieve for 10, 15 years, that's unrealistic. Or living up to an expectation that was put in you by your mom, your dad, society. That's not really something you want to do. Here's something that I learned in taking the values workshop with Dr. John Demartini, is that you can only trust someone to live up to their highest values, the top 3 to 5 values that they have. And here's the key thing. Most people don't know them. Most people have no clue what they are. My number 1 value is to be more aware. My number 2 value is to teach. My number 3 value is interpersonal relationships. My number 4 is personal health and well-being. My number 5 is to be financially free to do what I want, when I want, how I want. Those are my top values. That's what I live by. That's the workshop I'm doing today at 1 o'clock if you're interested in determining what yours are, because it will be about you. If you're interested, you can find that on agapespiritualcenter.com. Again, my number 2 value is to teach. What do I teach? About becoming more aware. I've really gotten clear. I teach meditation. I teach how to use my mind for the power of creating. And I teach how to better self-love through conscious living. Because those are the things I've dedicated my whole life to, that I'm working on for me. So what I want to teach is what I've learned as I progress on my journey. That for me is a very realistic and personal expectation. That's why when you see me, I'm pretty up. Most of the time, I'm pretty up. Now, I'm also practical, and I know that I go down too. So, like 2 weeks ago when my dog died, I went into grieving. A week ago, not even a week ago, 6 days ago when I brought home my new little puppy, I went into ecstasy. Last night, I was in ecstasy and I was in misery because I had to clean up some stuff. There's always balance. And that's the beauty of it. If you want to have a healthy mind, you've got to understand that life is always in balance. There's no such thing as a one-sided life. You will be equally challenged and supported. You'll have equal happiness and you'll have equal unhappiness because we live in a world of contrast, and it's through contrast that we get to experience. Without the contrast, there is no experience. Without the contrast, there's no point in being in a body or mind. And it's impossible to become more aware without the contrast. You get to determine what a healthy mind is for you. I'm just giving you some ideas that you can play with. Mull them around, see how they fit for you. But in the end, there's only one person that can choose. It's you. And you don't need anyone else's approval. You just need your own. It's your life. Today, make it a great one. Much love and aloha.